Hi everybody, good evening or good morning, it's up to your region. You can type everything in the chat, but you will not be able to say something, just to not interrupt our presentation. Hope you understand. And if you want to say something, please type it. I can already see the chat is working. Please say if you can hear me well. Waiting for your feedback. Yeah, that's great. That's great. In such case, we'll start our presentation. Actually, I will switch off my camera because I don't want that you would look at me instead of our beautiful slides. My name is Alexey Zaykovsky. I'm a pre-sales engineer in Streamlabs company. I believe if you are here, you already know our company, but still there will be a little bit of introduction about company, and then we'll start to speak about our new product. This is a very powerful monitoring solution. Actually, this is a complex solution because it, as you understand from our title, it can actually replace the hundreds of tools for you. So it's not only about the monitoring. Let's start then. I will switch off my camera. Slides should be switched. Yeah, so regarding our company has founded in 1991, and first of all, we were making equipment, different equipment, but mostly it was for capture cards, and we are quite good in it. And later, we have started to provide also different software solutions. We have started from the monitoring solution. Already we have a lot of experience in many different divisions. For example, in artificial intelligence, in playout solutions. Even we have made our own software for telemedicine. So actually, we have tried many things, and most of them helps us to create a new and powerful product. Nowadays, we have grown already. We are a small company. Now we are quite big and worldwide known company. Yes, you can see here are some of the divisions that we already have experience. So as I told you, first of them is the monitoring, but also the complaints recording. We have also developed some of the early warning systems. We have worked with the artificial intelligence, and it helps a lot nowadays. And we have a good experience in playout and ingest. So that's everything about our divisions. 18 years already that we have launched our previous monitoring solution called Multiscreen. We have launched it in 2010. And this is quite stable solution, but we have realized that our customers are growing in their needs, and we actually need to provide them something because, you know, the satellite broadcasting, terrestrial, cable, and OTT operators, all of them nowadays can mix their signals. They need more from the monitoring. They need to understand the full potential of their system. And so forth, we have developed a new product. For monitoring requirements nowadays, at least, we are growing in power. You know that we can obtain a very powerful hardware for our solutions. That means that the number of channels will grow, and in such case, we need more tools, we need more hardware, we need to monitor everything in one place. And from our researches, we have understood that we need to monitor not only the ending state of the channel, not only the root cause, we need to detect everything. We need to look at the service as a chain, as a delivery path. So usually in the monitoring center, if we are talking about the growing needs, as you can see on this slide, with green arrows, you can see that everybody is trying to use different solutions from probably not their typical division, for example, mixing of the cable head end and the OTT origin. And in such case, we need to adopt. We need many tools for that. We need one tool for OTT monitoring, one tool for playout, one tool for terrestrial head end, and so forth. We need to somehow combine everything. We have think about it and created a new solution for it. With the hundreds of tools, it's not very comfortable to work, as you understand. On this slide, you can see a small screenshot of our system, but it's, of course, not all, but this is just an example. And we understand that it's much more usable, much more comfortable for our customers to use only one simple software where everything will be located. If they want to monitor every type of signal, they can use this. If they want to watch video, they can use this. If they want to record, they can use this. If they want to create report, they can use this. So this is the main goal of our solution. This is the MultiProbe. As you can see on this slide, it consists of different parts. We'll, of course, explain every part of our solution, but you can view already some of the names of it. So we have a MS probe, OTT probe analyzer, multi-tuner, recorder, and script probe. All these things are gathering information and gives it to the central data aggregation server. It could be just a single server for small companies, or it could be many probes and a single huge server that aggregates all the data, creates all the charts and graphics, allows you to visualize, to monitor. So this is the center of the system. And of course, you can visualize everything that you receive from the remote sites. This is the main idea. And we have implemented a web interface, so it's also possible to work in a cloud environment. And of course, you can connect to it using any of the device where the browser is available. How does the MultiProbe work? As you can see, we are comparing the data from any type of device. How we obtain this? Actually, we have developed a new module for our software called STB-Probe that allows us to collect data from any third-party device that supports API, OS, and MP. And as you can see on this slide, this is the perfect ideal system when you are getting everything in one place. Of course, most of our customers will not use anything shown on this slide. This is some kind of ideal system. But anyway, the main idea is that we can receive everything, we can aggregate everything, we can process everything and show it to you in a comfortable way. It allows you to create much more opportunities to analyze the data. These are supported formats and protocols, as you can see, for the input data that analyze all incoming signals. There are three parts, three modules: MS Probe, Analyzer, and OTT Probe. And each one of them will perform their functions. So on the left side, we have input formats and protocols. On the right side, we have measurements that these modules can provide to you. Of course, we are trying to grow every day, but even now we have already included many of the measurements to our solutions. It doesn't depend from the signal source. For any signal, we are measuring different values. For example, OTT probe, of course, will use OTT metrics like master playlist analysis, media playlist analysis, catch-up, and VOD. And for example, for transport streams. We are using standard like 101, 290. Of course, we can monitor different states, including artifacts, and in this way, our experience in artificial intelligence helps us to detect those things. We have also went a little bit further and answered to the call from our customers, because some of them they use STBs to actually receive the signal from different sources, and it's not very comfortable to actually use them, because one STB can show you only one channel at a time, and you need to manually switch this. So we have made a new module called STB-Probe that can actually using infrared signals to switch your channels in round-robin mode. So it's possible to monitor all your channels in one STB. You always can create a time at which a time interval at which the channels will be switched. Two possible incoming formats in HDMI and RCI. And control, of course, it's infrared, as I told you already, and IP control, depending on the type of the STB. We can track actually any system that allows us to make this. So every type of your device that you already use could be used in our new solution, in our new MultiProbe solution. It allows us to receive different data from different devices, and in such a way we can create a very complex solution. We think about we can monitor currently, even in multi-screen, we can monitor many types of different signals. We can use many types of capture cards. But what about other systems? For example, like traffic systems, DRM, CAS systems, changeover, or even routers. Our customers probably want to monitor them too. So in this way, we have developed a script probe about, I have told you already about it, but we'll actually look on it a little bit closer. What exactly it is? It is a software module that allows us to create a script. It could be predefined script because many of the devices are already implemented into the system. It could be also the custom development. For example, to receive different information from decoders and set-top boxes, actually from any type of device with API, OS, and MP. Don't be afraid, it's not so hard. Actually, every engineer that could open this script in TXT file could actually edit it. And we have also implemented a preview in our web interface. So you could always view the details of your script. So you are using this software module. Once you will create a script, you will be able to receive data from any third-party device. So this is how it looks like in our web interface. And each script can contain a various monitoring options. It's actually unlimited, and you can create different types of measurements inside of one script and receive them all. Probably you do not want to receive all of them, but there is possibility to create this. You can create different objects to monitor them independently or in one big measurement, one big system. We have a quite flexible interface without anything that can disturb you, only the necessary information with the units and measurement types. Also, when we have added our script probe, we have understood that usually a monitoring system receives only the final stage. So, for example, if you have a signal loss, you understand that something went wrong, but you do not understand where exactly it happens. And we have created a smart chain view where you can add any type of device. How it works? You are adding a small probes to your system. Well, actually, it could be also the server. But the main idea that you have one central aggregation server and you have a signal delivery path containing different type of devices. For example, it could be encoder, multiplexer, decoder. So every of these devices will be implemented into the signal delivery path, and you are placing probes after each device. And if something happens, you will know where it happens. You will see it in the chain view in our web interface, and you will be able to quickly press on it and see the state, what is happening. Probably you can visualize it if this device allows you to make so. So this is the idea of the chain view and how it usually works. Just for example, you have a main signal and a backup signal, and we have made a virtual service in our system. You can create it, and it will consist of your main and backup signal, and you can create a logical rule to it. For example, if the main signal falls down, then in such case it doesn't mean that you will not receive the signal at all. The backup signal is still online. So the virtual service will become yellow. You will receive the notification, but it will not be critical because, of course, you need to fix the main signal, but your channel still is online. It works. So you can actually wait a little bit and not worry so much. In case of both will fall, then the logical rule will send you a critical warning that you need to run and fix it very quickly. This is one example how we can use this. And later we think about it. Actually, it could be used also for SLA calculation. It's very comfortable. You have, for example, 4 channels, and all of them are a part of your SLA. If one of them will fall, the SLA will be broken. And later, for example, after 1 month, you can generate a report in our system where you will be able to review, for example, if all services were working 95% per month, then SLA is okay. If not, then SLA is broken. You can use this report to actually prove that something went wrong in this system. So the virtual service and the chain view could be used also for SLA generation and reports. This is how the chain view looks like in our system in web interface. As you can see, one virtual service will consist of many types of device, many types of services, and it will visually display you the actual state. For example, in our slide, you can see that one part has become yellow, and we are creating a rule that if this part will become yellow, then further it will go yellow to our virtual service and will receive an alarm. It's interactive, so if you will press on it, you will be redirected to the next page where you will see all the details, and it will help you to localize the problem and the source of the alarm event. This is the fully configured web interface. Actually, we can create as many workspaces as we want and as many users as we want because we have divided our system to different groups with different access levels. And each user can create its own workspace. He can create many workspaces that are perfectly fitting to their needs. On this slide, we have added as many as we wanted, actually. It will be probably hard to understand everything, but as you can see, in one web interface, you have many tools. You have chain view, you have different charts, you have actual values, for example, of chunk download bitrate. You have switcher of the locations because you can have many remote locations in different countries. So you have alarm list, you have a states panel, and even you can monitor such states as, for example, the bitrate of your network interface card. Of course, if the bitrate will fall down, that means that something can happen, and it is one of the way how you can actually monitor your devices, your services. On the top, you can see the switcher. It currently shows you 5 minutes, and these are 5 minutes of measurements. You can switch between them 1 hour, 4 hours, or 4 hours, even 1 month, and you will receive values for this period of time. Another one example of our web interface, how it's being configured. We have widgets to create our workspaces. So you can just easily add a new widget to your workspace and configure it. We have different charts, indicators, widgets for date and time. We can filter in every widget. So we can filter by time, we can filter by location. We can even add a small widget that allows you to switch between your workspaces inside of one tab. Because of course you can open 20 workspaces in different tabs, but it's not very comfortable. And you can just switch between them inside one tab if you want, of course. If you want just one workspace fully suitable for you, it's up to you. You can make it. We can display various metrics on the same charts. You can configure each chart, how many metrics you will receive on it. Also, we have a data correlation on it. So if you will press on the chart, if you have a few charts on your workspace, if you will press on some time on this chart, you will be able to view the correlation between those graphics, which will allow you to fully understand which values you have received at that period of time. There is a customizable agent for some elements through the editor, and it allows you to automatically rotate the display values. For example, if you don't have enough space on it, then you can rotate values. 5 seconds of one values, 5 seconds of other values. In such a way, it's fully configurable. It is a customizable view. Later, of course, for such big system, we have added groups and users because it can be deployed on a small company with only 10 employees, for example, or for a large company with 1,000 employees. It doesn't matter. In each company, it's always better to know which person is performing actually his job. He is engineer, he is an operator, he is a content manager, and we can divide those rights. And actually, it's very comfortable when you have created already your groups and customized the rights. You can just easily add, for example, a new employee to a group, and he will be granted with those permissions of the group. So there is a differentiation by role. And also, you can provide access to different monitoring points in different locations, in countries, in cities, for example, inside one city in different locations. You can grant permissions to this person to a particular location. So this is a very personalized access. And also regarding the groups, we can apply settings using groups. So for example, you can select 20 monitoring objects, 20 services, 20 channels, 20 transport streams. It's up to you. And apply all of them with the one setting, just with a template. For example, you want to add measurement template to all of those objects, other templates. It's all possible. Also, in our web interface, every column could be used as a filter and also could be used as a search tool. So if you will click on it, you can just type necessary value, necessary metric, necessary name of the channel, and you will search for it. It's very simple. Also, we have added tags for your comfort. It allows you to create your own tags in the system and later use them for search. because we can see that this element could have such name, but probably you cannot remember that name and you want to add your own tag. It's also possible. A few words regarding the alarms, how we work with them. It's also very important and interesting. Usually in monitoring systems and also in our previous solution in multi-screen, we have used a pre-configured template of the alarms. Of course, every of those alarms could be changed, but we went further. We have created even combined alarms that will allow you even to predict some of the states. For example, operator will receive only the usual alarms, fully configurable. You can select any types of the measurements and settings for it. But let's imagine that engineer is much more skilled and he knows that if this measurement will start to grow, it means that in future we will probably have troubles in such service. So we can create a personalized alarm template for uh, that engineer, even combined with logical and or commands. As you can see on the slide, I hope you can see this. We have a combined alarm shown on the template with the logical or operator, which allows us to even in some way predict the state of the future alarm. So you can create different alarm templates for different groups. One alarm template for administrators, one for operators, one for engineers. It's a very important thing. And you can create your own alarms using your own metrics. So of course, when you will install the system, you will have some predefined set that usually is being used and related to standards. But you can easily create your own. Additionally, regarding the alarms, uh, we have some gradation of the alarms. You know that critical warning, just a warning, or just for your information. For example, we have about 5 or 6 different alarm gradations. But inside of each group, you have numeric values which you can adjust. So even if it is a critical warning, you can set a separate numeric value, which will be bigger than others for a separate alarm. And in such case, you will receive it always on the top of the alarms. If it's very important to you, you can set up it and receive. Also, you can use the same metric for different alarms. Uh, it allows you to create combined alarms. It allows you to use this metric even for each alarm if you want so. So it doesn't mean that you have added a metric only once, created an alarm, and that's it. You cannot use it anymore. No, you can use it separately. You can use it in combined alarms. Again, only you decide. The next one part, of course, always hand to hand with the monitoring goes recording. And we couldn't add a recorder to our solution. It has a separate module for recording. You can record in a full resolution. You can choose different transcoding options to save the space on your hard drive. We can burn in metadata inside of your records. And also, we have interesting thing. We have recordings triggered by alarms. It means that if our monitoring system will receive an alarm, we can configure it as a trigger for our recording system, and recording will start automatically. And of course, we can officially reduce the size of your records, downscaling the records, transcoding the records, and it will allow you to save the space and so forth, save your money. And very big part and very important and usual part for every monitoring system, visualizing. The module called visualizer can actually perform various actions. First of all, it generates usual mosaic for you. So I believe all of you have seen those mosaics in Multiviewer, so there is an example on this slide. But our visualizer also allows you to encode the mosaic, so you can actually grab the mosaic and code it using MPEG-TS, NDI, SRT, or HLS, and send it to a remote location, to broadcast it to a remote location. Even it's possible to view this encoded mosaic in our web interface. So sitting remotely, operator can actually control every video wall on the remote location if he has granted with permissions to that location. Then he can watch different mosaics into the web interface, encoded mosaics. Also, it's possible using our visualizer to visualize separate channels from the remote locations, and not only the final stage, but if you have installed probes and you are using chain view, in such case you are able to view the state of the channel, the picture, from every point of the signal delivery path. It's also possible. On the mosaic, of course, we can show also additional information like PSI site tables, EPG information, SCTE marks, and also teletext and subtitles. Then, how we create the mosaic? We have built-in editor, which allows you to easily view sources of your channels. So you will see not only the name, but also the source of your channel. Then you can apply a separate template for each window on your mosaic. You can use the same window for all, but you can also configure them as you want. You can create predefined templates. You can add different elements to it, like teletext, logos, metadata, audio meters. So you can apply all those templates to each window. It's very comfortable if you want to create a flexible mosaic. And of course, we have a preview of our changes that we have made. Then, this is a smart multiviewer, so it has possibility to have direct output to displays. As I told you, you can control your video walls remotely. Also, we can monitor mosaic from internet using SRT, HLS, or UDP protocols, and also encode it with low latency using NDI. So everything possible. Uh, it has quite simple web interface to create your own mosaic and to operate with video walls, so it's easy to use. And you can easily make those windows. You can create cascading mosaics and combining different media windows. This is the scheme, how the visualizer could actually work. Probably it's hard to understand, but look on it. You have a remote site on the right side. So it means that these are remote signal sources, remote locations, and you are receiving those channels, mosaics over the internet to a central aggregation server, where it actually could be sent everywhere. Using different protocols, you can encode it, you can watch it on the web by the operator, you can send it to a different video walls, you can encode the mosaic and broadcast it to remote locations. Then, a little bit regarding our workspaces and layouts. Actually, system is developed in such a way that you can change almost everything inside of it. Such way, you can create your own vision of the monitoring solution. You have all tools in one place, but which of them you want to use, only you decide. So there are some examples of it. As you can see, these are desktops or workspaces. You can call them as you want. But the main idea is that you can configure everything on it. You can easily add different types of measurements, widgets, and so forth. You can easily switch between them. So we offer to our customers a fully customizable system. Also, even translation of each element in system is possible. So you can actually create a new language for your system, and if you don't like how we will translate to your language, you can actually change every element in your system. You can translate it by your own, so it's possible. And as you can see on these slides, there are a few examples of the web interface. Actually, this is all for the introduction part, I believe.